I'm going to take you a trip on uh, learning about Flipgrid. Flipgrid is one of my absolute favorite things to empower students and to allow them to voice their opinion and let their voices be heard. Something that we don't often do in education and don't do enough. So I'm here on the home page, and I would click Educator Login. The Educator Login takes me to where I can log in with Google. Once I have my account, um, I come to a page that probably looks like this. This will be your grids. I had one last year. They've recently went to a completely free version. They teamed up with Microsoft. There's, I think, good and bad things about it, but generally it's a good thing because you now get the what you used to have to pay for, you now get for free, which is awesome. So how I organize this might be different than how you would, but as a high school history teacher who teaches 7, 8, 9 current events and a junior American history class, I like to have a grid for each class. So what happens is I have a grid, and grids are kind of, and I like to think about it, there are the broad topics. So in this case, they're entire classes. So I have a grid for my 11th grade American history, and you can just add a new grid, really easy. And there's several options within that grid. So you can, you have your name, your community type, whether it just stays in your email. So we are at DashlerDragons.org. That means everybody that responds must have that email when they log in. Now I can have public grids as well. I like having public grids because we try and get several different experts. So for instance, we do meteorology in my geography class at the end of the year. So we have, if any of you follow Reed Timmer, we have gotten Reed Timmer on there. Reed Timmer is the storm chaser you see on Discovery Channel once in a while. We've got some of them to uh, comment on our flip grids, so it makes it interesting for kids to get people that they know about, and even parents and community members. We like to get them involved as well. So a lot of times I'll do public domains, but once in a while, if it's just a class issue, we'll do the at Dash Dragons must be required for the email account. So that's with the new grid. So now, if I were to click on this brings me to my topic. Okay. Um, so let's just go to 8th grade here. I use Flipgrid in various ways, and let me explain. The first one you could do is a class debate because students can answer each other's videos as well, so you can get more than one layer of conversation happening. I love this because not only do you just get your initial thought on a topic, but if someone questions you or asks you about it, you can go deeper and then respond to them as well. So it gets kids to think through their ideas, and it's my job to set them up for the next level, whether that's college or just you know general debates that we have as a society. This is good because it gets them to think about it. Another thing to do is, this was a quick things learned, and it was in class. I did a tell me 3 things you learned, 2 questions you have, and one interesting fact that you learned about the day. So kind of like an exit ticket. Once you get to do this, I'll admit right away, kids are a little weary of it. They don't like to talk in front of the camera, but it's number one, it's good for their speaking skills, and number two, they get used to it so quick that it used to be almost an entire class period just to get kids ready to do it. But now we've got to the point where I'll give them 5 minutes at the end of the class. They'll do a quick exit ticket, and some still like to go to the corner. Some might leave the classroom, go sit in the hallway and do it, but that's not a problem. Not only is it something you can do on your phones, but also you can do it, or excuse me, not on your computers, you can do it on your phone as well, your iPad, tablet, anything like that. So it allows kids with different devices at home a more equitable opportunity and to accomplish this. While I'm thinking of it, it accomplishes several different ISTE standards. First of all, the ISTE for educators 4 period C, and ISTE for educators 5 period C as well. So I selected this because it was one of my favorite tools to use. I not only use it, as I said, for simple reflection at the end of the day and exit ticket, but I can use it for pretty in-depth things as well. It does actually make students work on their writing because and I wish I could show you the student view of this. That's one thing I wish they would have, like a student view or a preview view. Um, but if I'm creating a video, I can actually have um, sticky notes, virtual sticky notes that I put up there that kids can either write kind of an outline of what they want to talk about, or sometimes I actually have students type out their entire paragraph that they're going to say. And generally, when people know that their voice is going to be heard, they do a much better job writing and much better job speaking. So I have videos from all the eighth graders this day, and I can't even tell you what we were learning about on October 15th, but I was able to go back and watch those students' responses. So what I can do, I can set it when I make the video or I make the topic, excuse me. I can go here, and if it's inactive, I can still see the video, but Christopher here, his classmates cannot see the video. So a lot of, it's no coincidence that when the first person in the class gets done, if I don't turn that off right away, almost every video following the kids sound similar to that first video. So just to get original thought, I like to turn that off until the end and then have the kids go back and watch theirs. So it's a live recording thing where kids can share their ideas, and they do that via video. And it's something that I just absolutely love, and it's become my absolute favorite thing to use in class. I would love to talk about it more, but my video is running a little long. So I can share the grid. Like I said, I like to put that out to community members. A lot of times we'll say school improvement projects, and what does the community think we should work on? Well, we'll share that, and we have parents and community members and patrons, and um, they'll just get involved with it as well. So I look forward to any discussion on this, and if you have questions, please ask. So like I said, I'm pretty happy to present Flipgrid, and I hope you can take something from this and are able to implement it in your class. And by the way, this is not content specific. I think every class, every grade level, I know our kindergarten teacher uses it. So every class, every grade level is able to use this. I think this fits under the topics of communication, collaboration, critical thinking. So thank you.